we are going to look at the what? At the identical. So we have just seen what? We have just seen the equal sign, but you could be wondering, then what is the identical? This one checks if the two numbers are equal, but this one, for the three equal signs, it will check if two numbers are identical. So what exactly is difference between the double equal sign and the three equal sign? The difference between equal and identical. Want to know what is the difference between equal and identical? Remember, for equal is two equal signs, and for identical we use three equal signs. So let us see what is the difference. So to see what the difference, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put here the third equal sign. Of course, the answer will be the same as before. It's going to say that the two are not what? Are not equal. So to do this, I'm just going to do something simple here. I'm going to put here 20 also. But remember, this is an integer, this is an integer, so it's going to be equal. So if I come and refresh, so A is equal to 20. So let me try to change, let me put the value itself. So to put the value itself, it means that I'll have to put here the dollar sign, and then here I'll also change this one to what? The dollar sign, and concatenate the values there like that. Okay, so I'll come here, that we should be seeing the value lively, and then I'll also come here and change it to B. Okay, so let us come and see. So 20 is equal to 20. That is true. Okay, let me make, but remember, this one is an integer and this one is a what? Is an integer. So they're exactly equal. So let me make this one a what? A string. Okay, so to make it a string, I'll have to do what? To surround it with the equal sign, and this, I mean with double quotes, and this one I'll leave it without double quotes. So it's an integer, this is an integer, this is a string. The one on top is a string. So if I come and refresh, still they are equal, even though this is an integer and this one a string, but they are still equal. Why? Because their values are 20, 20. Now let us see what is meant by identical. So I'm going to duplicate this one because they're almost the same, and then I'm going to say, let me put here some BR so that you should make a new line. Okay, so I'm going to put here the semicolon. So want to see the difference between identical and equal sign. So to make it them identical, I'll put here the third one. So here I can say is identical, like that. I don't know. Is not identical. Okay, so this one will be ran when it's identical, and this one will be ran when it's not identical. But remember, we're using the same values. Okay, this one will compare the equal, and this one will compare for what? For identical. So if I come and refresh, you can see 20. You can see, let me put this one. Okay, let me run it. Can you see? 20 is equal to 20, but 20 is not identical to 20. So can you see the difference? So this one will be executed as equal to 20 only and only if, or it will be executed as identical to 20 only and only if they are of the same data type and they're holding the same values. But for equal sign, whether they have, as long as they have the same values, even though they are not of the same data type, it will say they are equal. But for identical, they must be exactly same data type and exactly having equal values for them to qualify to be identical. For example, if I remove these double quotes and then I come and refresh again, we will see 20 is identical to 20 and 20 is equal to 20. But if I change the data type of this one and make it like this, just double quotes, and come and refresh, you see, is not identical. So identical, for something to be identical, the value must be exactly as that one, or the values must be equal, must be exactly equal, as well as the data type should be exactly equal. So we can use this one for checking very secure privacy, also to explore. I mean, we can use this identical to check for high security, and this one we just check for less or not very high security, because this one will check for exactly same data type and same equal values, but this one will just check as long as the equal values are the same, then it will say that it is what? It is equal. For example, if I put here 21, then both of them they'll say not equal. Of course, 20 is not equal to 21, and 20 is not identical to 21. So that's how we can differentiate the identical and the equal sign. So we can come and check here. We're having not equal. In case we want to check something if it's not equal, we use this not equal sign. So to use the not equal sign, we just simply say, so I'm going to comment this one to show you, or I can just copy one of these. Okay, so if I comment these ones and then I come here, I paste it. So if I put here not equal $sign, so it's going to check if this is not equal to, so it will execute the first part in case it is not equal, and then in case it is equal, to execute the second part. So the not equal, we just put the exclamation mark, and then it will check if they are not equal, and the first part will be executed. So if I come and refresh, of course, it will execute the second part, which is 20 is equal to 20. Why? Because both of them, they are equal to 20, and it will execute this second part. But for the not equal, it means that it will check if they are not equal. So if I put 21 here, you see 21 is not equal to 20. So that's how we check for not equal values. So we have another one, not identical. For not equal, I can as well use this kind of not equal sign. By just replacing them here, it will perform the same operation. So for not identical, I just put here another equal sign. So it will check if they are not identical. So here it will be, let me get this word, not identical, not identical. So it's going to execute this second part. Why? Because, yeah, it is going to execute the first part. They are not identical. Why? Because this is of different data type and this one's of different data type. So if you come and refresh, you see, is not identical to that. But if I change this one and make them to be of the same data type, then they're going to be what? They're going to be identical. So I hope you get the difference between identical and not equal. So you can come and practice and play more with these comparison operators, that you understand them properly. So we come to the increment and decrement. So increment operators, we use them to increase